An Among Us theory. I think the imposter could actually be a crewmate who got infected with an alien virus. It could be that the crew was returning from Polis and one of the crewmates accidentally broke off the vials in the inspect the sample task and got infected. The powers are explained now. Super strength. The crewmates cannot use vents because the trapdoors are tightly packed. The imposter can use them because the anomaly increases their muscle power. Kill animations. The anomaly messes with the crewmate's mind, making them paranoid and killing his or her fellow crewmates. In one of the animations, the imposter uses his mutated tongue to impale the crewmate. The plot. A group of astronauts are sent to a distant planet to check whether the planet can sustain life or not, as their host planet starts to decay. The first team, which was sent 75 years ago, suddenly stops responding with the home base. A team is sent to check upon them. Polis. The astronauts land on the planet and find the base silent and empty. The old crew has vanished mysteriously. They find holes near the entry of every lab. The security recordings are deleted and the base is in poor condition. The crew decides to continue the project of the old crew. One of the crewmates' tasks is to inspect the blood samples found on the beds in Med Bay. He carries them to the machine, but accidentally drops the cradle. The shards of glass wound him and one piece of glass gets stuck in his skin. The piece of glass was of the test tube which had the infected blood. A few days later, the crewmate starts developing a mutated tongue but hides from his crewmates. He suddenly sees himself standing over the corpse of a fellow crewmate with a knife in his hand. He hears someone coming towards him. He gets scared and in order to save himself he jumps into one of these holes. Later that day he again sees himself standing on the corpse of another crewmate. He starts getting paranoid and hears a voice saying, "One of them is trying to frame you. Kill him before he succeeds in his plans." After a few days, the captain decides to hold a meeting that every time someone dies, the person near him must report the body. Then everyone must assemble in the meeting room and give their opinions and their position. Based on it, the crew decides who to vote out and send him or her to the lava pit. On one such day, the imposter finds a hacking device which malfunctions the important machines on the base. The imposter uses it on the seismic stabilizers. The crewmates get confused and scramble here and there. The last message sent to the home base is SOS. A rescue team is sent and the imposter is the only one alive. The Skeld. It's been 20 years after the earthquake on Polis. The imposter is still haunted by the incident on Polis. Everything is going smoothly and the imposter has regained his mental state. The spaceship had got some malfunctions which had increased their travel time from 2 weeks to 20 years. One day the imposter starts hearing voices. All of them said that the rescue team are meant to kill him and he must kill all of them. This time, along with mutated tongue, his muscle power increases and he is able to lift vent lids. He keeps this as a secret. Like on Polis, he starts having random blackouts and sees himself standing upon the body of crewmates. He notices that he gets unconscious for 20 minutes. He checks the security tapes. There are videos of him killing anyone. He checks the electrical data. He soon realizes that every time he went unconscious, there was a fault in the machines. 1 week has passed. No one has been killed. Then one day the captain notices an anomaly in one of the crewmates' blood. He checks the name tag and to his horror it is the Polis crewmate. He rushes to the emergency meeting button, but a reactor sabotage happens just before he can press it. The crew number is reduced to 3 now. The captain and the lieutenant commander rush to activate the safeguard protocol. The commander waits for the lieutenant to activate the second key, but the lieutenant never comes to the room. The captain has to leave the keypad and searches for him. He sees the lieutenant body and sees the imposter on top of it. He raises his gun, but the imposter snatches it with his tongue and impales him. The imposter brings him near to his face. The captain sees a red glow in the visor. Just before he loses his consciousness, the imposter gobbles him down. The imposter regains his consciousness. He looks at his hands. They are stained with red blood. He looks down. He sees the lieutenant body, his neck snapped, and the torso torn in half. The vent is broken and the adjacent wall is broken too. He hallucinates a reflection of himself. The body is as same as his, except that a bright red glow is seen beneath the visor. He says, "Who are you? You must be the one who killed all of my friends." The reflection replies, "You and me are one and the same. I am inside you." The countdown for self-destruction starts. 10, 9, 8. The imposter sees the son of the lieutenant hiding in the corner. He is too young to remember that I killed his mother. I will save him so as to honor his mother. He carries him to the evacuation pod. The child looks at him with his innocent eyes, thinking that he must be a friend of his mother. The screen of the evacuation pod reads, "Home." Mira headquarters. The imposter reaches the home planet. The imposter is hailed as a hero on the headquarters for saving the child. The other crewmates let the child play with the children and pets. The government has managed to improve the quality on Earth, but not for long. They claim that they can keep it that for the next 1 or 2 centuries, until which they can plan on another mission to Polis. The imposter tries to warn them, but the anomaly gains the control of his body. It allows him to see, but the imposter cannot talk or move his limbs. He gets trapped in his own body. The anomaly then goes on a rampage, killing crewmates here and there. The head of the headquarters orders to remove doors from the headquarters so that the killer gets less chances of killing in private. The crew size is also reduced to 10. The imposter uses the electrical blackouts to kill people in the dark. The captain decides to keep a tab on everyone by installing sensors in corridors, keeping track of movements. The anomaly notices this and kills the captain in one of the electrical blackouts and hides his body in the vents. In the process of killing, the captain stabs the anomaly before dying. The anomaly's blood gets mixed with the captain's blood. After a few months, the body starts to rot. The crew opens the vent and finds the captain's body. The crew finds the sensor system but doesn't know how to use it. The autopsy team consists of 3 crewmates, one of them being the imposter. The imposter infects both of them, but by making shallow cuts in them and infusing the captain's infected blood with theirs. The trio then infects the entire crew. The time for departure has come. The infected go to Polis again, but this time the entire civilization is going.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this video until now. It was an honor for me to present it to you. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and leave a comment about your own experiences. Or if you have any recommendations or tips for me to improve, it would extremely help me out since I'm a relatively new YouTuber and I'm just getting started. All I can do is promise you that I will deliver you the highest quality content I can create and to always keep you entertained. Thank you so much.